Hi, I'm Angie, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Man, oh man, isn't it amazing what evidence does? There is so much evidence against Tyson Fury that is as clear as day that even Jeff Mayweather of the Mayweather channel is now saying he believes that Tyson Fury did cheat with his gloves. His exact words were, "Clearly you can see in the images." Now, once again, he's talking about the left hand. He's not talking about the right hand, which I'm about to get deep into that. But he says, clearly you can see in the images that his hand is not all the way in the glove, which explains why Tyson Fury is punching Deontay Wilder. As you guys see in the picture right now, he's punching him with an open glove because his fist is not at the edge of the glove. His fist is at the bottom of the glove. Matter of fact, let me circle it for you. His fist is right here. So this is so telling, guys, because the guy that's interviewing Jeff Mayweather, who also runs the Mayweather channel, I believe his name is Jody. He was interviewing Jeff Mayweather in the hopes to defend Tyson Fury, and that backfired. So when Jody heard Jeff Mayweather say, it's clear that his hand wasn't all the way in the glove, Jody then tries to confuse him by saying, well, which one is it? How can, he have padding removed if his hand is not all the way in the glove? How would you be effective with the glove not having padding if you're not punching with your hand all the way in the glove, right? Jody is talking about the same glove, but he knows that the right glove is the one, and that's in the second fight. The right glove is the one that looks like it's been compromised, looks like padding has been removed, altered some kind of way. The image you guys are looking at on the screen right now, that's the right glove. Now this image right here, this is the left glove that Jeff Mayweather was talking about. But Jody already knows the difference, but he figured maybe Jeff Mayweather won't know the difference because Jeff Mayweather doesn't pay attention to stuff like that. Jeff doesn't follow boxing like that, but Jody does. It's clear he knew the difference from the right glove and the left glove because even when Jody had the boxers at the Mayweather gym do the demonstration, he had them do the demonstration with the left glove, right? So I know this man is not that dumb to where he doesn't know the difference from right and left. So once again, Jody's mission failed miserably. The first time the mission failed is when he first had these fighters do the demonstration, right? What that actually did was that actually caused a lot of other boxers in the Mayweather gym, a lot of other boxing fans to kind of look at the Mayweather channel sideways, because it looked like it was a biased demonstration, first of all. And it clearly looked like Jody was trying to prove Tyson Fury's innocence. And this led to a lot of backlash for the channel, according to Jody himself, because he told people, he said, I've been getting a lot of slack from the last video I dropped. So to do some damage control, he decided to interview other people that actually wanted to get on camera and give their point of view. And he ended up interviewing someone who was way more experienced than the four boxers that had, did the demonstration before, which was Dewey Cooper, a professional fighter and trainer. And he said that Tyson Fury definitely cheated. So let me go ahead and give you the backstory on this Jody guy once again, because I already told you, a lot of people get confused. A lot of people send me messages and they say stuff like, hey man, what's going on with the Mayweather channel? It seems like the guy that talks is racist and all of this kind of stuff. And why is Floyd Mayweather allowing this guy to ruin his name, et cetera, et cetera? And I would have to explain to a lot of people, the Mayweather channel, it has nothing to do with Floyd Mayweather's name. This guy Jody, before he had his own YouTube channel, he had some little small YouTube channel, and he ended up collaborating with Jeff Mayweather. They created the Mayweather channel. When they first started the Mayweather channel, Jody, he came to me and asked me if I can start promoting the new channel. And I did. I had no problem doing that. I put the link up in my videos and I told people to subscribe to the new Mayweather channel. Now keep in mind, at this point, I didn't really know a whole bunch about Jody, But I remember one time I seen Floyd Mayweather Sr. doing an interview, and the guy that was interviewing him, he was coming off as a racist. And because it was so blatant and offensive, I decided to do a video about it. And I did a video right away, and I said, yeah, man, it sounds like there's some racist guy interviewing Floyd Mayweather. I didn't know who the guy was. So like a week later, I go to cover a Mayweather fight, and he's there. And he's like, Dante, man, what's going on, man? That was me in the video. You said, you know, I'm racist and all this kind of stuff. That was me, man. So basically the point that he was making to me was, obviously I work with the Mayweather, so you know that I can't be a racist. And at the time, I really didn't know his backstory. I didn't know his history. I didn't know anything about him. You know, I just knew he worked with the Mayweather channel. And when I heard that and when I seen the interview, it just sounded like some racist guy. And that's what I told him. I said, okay. I didn't know who it was that was interviewing Floyd Mayweather Sr. I just knew the guy sounded extremely racist. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something. You know what I've been learning in life? When you meet people, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, a lot of black people can definitely relate to this. You can meet someone who's not black, and they could be the nicest person to you. You know what I mean? I mean, they could just be nice in all different kind of ways until you end up talking about race. Until you talk about race when it comes to boxing, race when it comes to police brutality, etc., etc. And unfortunately, when you have those conversations with a lot of people, unfortunately, you'll see a complete different side of that person that you didn't even know existed. Jody was a real cool guy. And once again, I hope I got his name right. If it ain't Jody, I know it rhymes with Jody, but we're gonna just use Jody for this video. But he was a real cool guy. Matter of fact, whenever someone would basically re-upload one of my videos and put it on their channel, he would send me the links right away. He'd be like, hey man, you got a lot of people uploading your videos. You need to hurry up and take this down. So that was cool, right? But then when we started to talk about boxing, and when I say boxing, I mean, whenever we talked about a black fighter, we would have some serious disputes, and he would be saying some things, the same type of things that you would hear decafs in the comment section say. And that's all I have to say. I don't even have to go into detail of the conversation. Anything you would hear a decaf in the comment section say, he would say it verbatim. So of course, this is a typical type of person that will tell you that racism doesn't exist. There is no type of racism towards black people. We end up having that conversation. He pretty much was saying the same type of things that Paulie Malignaggi said. Matter of fact, everything that Paulie said is pretty much what he said in this conversation before Paulie said it, which proves a lot of people feel the same way Paulie does. He was telling me how all the police shootings, and we had this conversation years ago. This was way before George Floyd and all this. This was around the George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin era. And that's a damn shame to think we damn near have eras of black people being killed by either police officers or people that want to be a police officer. So we're having this conversation where once again, he's telling me there is no racism towards black people, and basically saying black people need to get their stuff together in their own communities, clean up their neighborhoods, and they're killing each other, and what about this and what about that? He's trying to convince me none of this has anything to do with race. So I ask him, why are so many unarmed black people getting killed by white police officers? And his response is, what about that white man that just got shot and killed by the police? And I said, what white man? I said, let me see the video. He pulls a video up of a man with a knife, with some kind of weapon, acting like he's about to attack the police. And then they shoot him and they kill him. And he's trying to compare that to unarmed black people getting killed, right? So he's going off, once again, you know, these black people in your neighborhoods, and he keeps saying in your hood, and your neighborhood. And I was like, why do you keep saying in black people's neighborhoods? Black people live everywhere. And then he says to me, and I bullshit you not, he says to me, there's no black people that live in my neighborhood. Guys, keep in mind, we live in Las Vegas. There is no upscale suburban neighborhood in Las Vegas where black people don't live. Only way black people don't live in his neighborhood is if Jody lives in some trailer park area that I don't know about in Las Vegas. But clearly that's not what he was talking about. I have a couple of friends in Las Vegas that have mansions. Some just have really, really big, beautiful homes and beautiful gated communities. In my neighborhood alone, when I was living in Las Vegas, I had a doctor who lived on my block. Teachers live in the neighborhood. So that sounded extremely offensive to me. For this man who actually works with Jeff Mayweather to sit over here and tell me, well, no black people live in my neighborhood, like he's proud of that. But meanwhile, you're making money hanging with nothing but black people every day. Listen, just for example, if I have never seen a Mexican in my neighborhood, I would never say, well, no Mexicans live in my neighborhood, because there are so many people that live in my neighborhood. How could I possibly even know if a Mexican guy lives there, if some Arab guy lives there? I mean, so what was this guy doing? Going door to door to make sure no black people lived in his neighborhood? Shit is crazy, man. So then after he says all of this, he then says to me, oh, I bet you're gonna say I'm a racist now, huh? Now you're gonna say I'm a racist, huh? Just to try to get people to say, oh no, I never said that, I never said that. And I said to him, if you don't think you're a racist, you don't have to even ask that question. I mean, I never asked you that question about myself, right? Because I already know who I am. So I thought it was really important, especially at a time like this, I thought it was important to share that story just so people understand, like I told you before, that these are Jody's views. These are not Floyd Mayweather's views. These are not the Mayweather's views. These are his views when it comes to Tyson Fury or any other fighter, either on the hope list or the coincidental list. And I want to make this clear as well. This wasn't a diss towards Jody, because when me and him had these conversations, it was out in the open in front of everyone. And he didn't feel what he said was offensive. So if he didn't feel it was offensive, if he didn't feel it was racist what he said, then that means he doesn't have a problem with me sharing what he said, especially when he had already said it out in the open. I mean, he said all of this in a media room where a whole bunch of people were sitting around us. So it wasn't like he was talking bad about somebody behind closed doors and saying, don't tell nobody I said this. No, he had no problem with everyone hearing it. But at the end of the day, I appreciated him showing me where he stands. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.